Made my day.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody, man? Welcome to the show. Say what, say it again. Got the squad with me tonight, man. We got my boy Avery Graves. What's up, Avery?
What's up, y'all? What's up, family? Hope everybody's having a happy Tuesday, man.
Happy Tuesday. Going up on a Tuesday. Next, we got my boy James E. Harris. What's up, James?
E stand for excellence.
E stand for excellence. Unlike the Cowboys.
That's right, excellence.
Next, we got my man. He got the hat on backwards way, looking like he about to pull up at somebody's house right now. Chuck, what's up, baby?
What's going on, fellas? What's up with you? What's going on, everybody?
What's going on, man? Another great week, man. All right, cool. So yeah, man. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into this thing, man. We ain't gonna waste no time this week. We got the CYM League, Creating Young Minds Undiscovered League. I actually had somebody hit me up for some info on the league the other day. I've actually had a couple people hit me up about some info on the league. If anybody else has any more questions, my inbox is always open. You can always hit our group page too as well if you have any questions about, maybe you're trying to play in the league, maybe just different things. So we'll go ahead and get into it. They had about those upcheck. Oh,
that's for Chuck. Go ahead, keep going.
About the upcheck days, huh? But yeah, they had this is week 10 for the Undiscovered League. So this is week 10. They had 3 games this weekend. The first game was the Undiscovered team playing against the Louisville Yellow. So they have different. I guess they have 2 teams. They have like an A side and a B side. Louisville teams. You have the yellow and you have the black. So the Undiscovered team played the Louisville Yellow. We got my boy Jared Henderson. They call him nickname Jetpack J. He had 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 steals. I know everyone was saying that he really filled the stat sheet of the day. Also, man, we got Damian Durham, man. Damian Durham, the dream. The pure scorer, man. 24 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. And then we got Bosa Bosovic, one of my favorite players. 11 points, 14 rebounds. And then we got Chase Winchester that played for University of Nebraska Kearney. 14 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, 3 steals. And then you also had Trey Lewis Patterson that rounded out with 14 points and 1 steal. They had 5 players in double figures. So I mean, that's a pretty. I mean, anytime you got 5 players in double figures, that means you're sharing the ball. Everybody's getting a little bit of the action as well. And then for the Louisville Yellow team, had Shermaine Thomas. I don't even know how to pronounce that. I don't know if it's Parcini, Albania. He had 13 points, 10 rebounds. He had double-double. And then you had Rick Curry from CSM. I don't know how to pronounce it. Tarja Ju from Romania. He had 14 points and 5 rebounds. So, most of those guys probably they play in some of the leagues overseas. So one scout had this to say. Scout said that they have great team ball movement. Was shocked to see 94 feet of defense. He has not seen that in a while across all levels. Bosa and Jared, just the impact overall on the whole game. So the next game was the CYM team. You don't care who wins the Super Bowl.
Go ahead, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
We know who's not going to win the Super Bowl. That's most definitely for certain. Maybe we're going to talk about. So next you had the CYM Undiscovered team again. They played the Prospects. They beat them 80-68. Damian Durham had another 28 points, 3 rebounds. So let's see. First game he had He had 24 points. This game he had 28. And then Michael Lenore from the Louisville Leopards, he had 27 and 10. I mean, those pretty impressive numbers for a 5'11", 165-pound guard. He was also in the NBA draft as well. And then for the Prospects, you had Abraham Davalos from the TBL. He had 20 points, 7 rebounds. And then Terrell Jones also from the TBL had 16 points and 4 rebounds. And then for the last game of the day, you had the Pros versus the Louisville Black. The Pros beat the Louisville Black 67-52. The Pros, you had I hope I'm not messing this guy's name up. You know, I know somebody might inbox me and let me know if I'm messing his name up. But you got Yash Matu, 18-year-old kid 12 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. You also had Sterling Sanders, 6'3", 195-pound guard with 13 points and 4 rebounds. Oh yeah, Mike most definitely putting up numbers.
I was about to say that too, man. Yeah, he definitely put up numbers.
Mike gets it in, man. I mean, Mike, Damian, that dude's just like a professional scorer, man. I mean,
yeah.
And then you had CJ Carter. I know I've seen him recently in a lot of interviews. Played in the NBA with the Knicks, also in the G League. He had 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. And then for the Louisville,
hey Ty,
yeah,
is he did he go into the G League draft? I don't know. I'm just curious. Did he get drafted? Did he go back to the G League, or he just sticking with it?
I'm not sure. I don't know what's I know with the G League, I know they are doing the bubble in Orlando, but I don't know 100% what's going on with it. But I know he's looking to go back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. That's why I was asking.
Yeah. So you got Marcus Brooks that plays for the Louisville Leopards in the TBL. He had 24 points and 6 rebounds. And then you had Kevin Booz. I hope I'm not messing up nobody's name. But from Lamar University, he had 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. So like I said, man, overall a pretty good weekend, man. You know, these guys, man, they do such a phenomenal job, man, getting a lot of attention on this league. Like I say, you know, we're always watching it every weekend. Just make sure you be sure to check out some of their social media pages. You have on Instagram, it's CYM dot Louisville Leopards. On Twitter, it's CYM basketball, capital CYM basketball. And then on Facebook, it's CYM B-ball. And then on LinkedIn, you can always look for Creating Young Minds, Shira Ackerman, and Matthias Crowder. James, what's up, man? Lakers will win a come on, man.
He's just trying to find a win somewhere, man.
He's trying to find a win somewhere. I mean,
this is getting bad.
I could
got 3 Lakers fans on here, so you know they agree.
I mean, I could get down with the Lakers, but
y'all got some tough sledding, boy.
Oh no! I mean, we're gonna most definitely get into that in a second, man. But you know, like I said, if anybody has any questions about the CYM League, my inbox is always open. You can contact any of us, and we could point you in the right direction, man. Most definitely. So let's go ahead and get into our first topic, man. You know, speaking of the Lakers and speaking of the NBA. So you know, big blockbuster trade went down this week. You know, James Harden for all the people that's involved in the trade. It's crazy. So, Avery, what do you think about the trade and how you think that shapes the East?
I mean, I watched them last night. They got to play better defense. I mean, Milwaukee didn't really play that good of a defensive game either. But I think if they have that firepower way they do with those two monsters, I just don't see them losing a 7-game series. I agree with some people. I know this kind of off topic, but Giannis, I've been saying it again. Giannis he got to do something else and just try to do bully ball. Because now they got him. They're doing the LeBron treatment. They're basically in the paint saying, "I dare you to shoot it." So if he don't get that chance, I just don't see nobody beat him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I mean, clear. But the surprise of it is that I'm glad for Karis LeVert, because if he didn't have that physical, he would have never known he would have that staff on his, I think his lung or something like that. I know there was a lot of reports they thought that the Nets already knew, but Karis said today he didn't even know. So my prayers up to him. Victor Oladipo looked very good yesterday. He had a little slow start, but he looked very good. But other than that, man, that James Harden, man, and that Kevin Durant, it's
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Self-explanatory right there, man.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, because you know, with LeVert, man, you know, he had a situation, so he probably would have been able to play the rest of the season. Jared Allen, he didn't sign the extension, so it's a good chance that after the season he was gone anyways.
What extension? I didn't think he didn't have an extension. I thought they didn't re-up with him.
I mean, they I don't think he was going to re-sign it. I mean, they were going to they tried to do extension before the season.
Right.
Both sides agreed that they wasn't going to do it. So I mean, because a lot of people in his draft class signed their extensions. I don't know what the terms of the offer was or what it was, but but I mean,
I just think he need to wait. He'll probably get an extension in Cleveland.
Oh yeah, he'll get most definitely. But what I'm saying is, I don't think he said he denied it. Yeah, I thought that's what it was. That they offered him an extension, he denied it. I mean, I don't think they would have been able to afford him, honestly. I mean, for what he would have wanted. So I mean, I think that was smart.
So how much could they pay him on the extension? Because he was on his rookie deal still, right?
Yeah, but they was on the luxury tax. He's not looking for minimum money,
Yeah, I mean,
they definitely on the luxury tax.
Yeah, they own the luxury tax, but at the same time, too, it's only a certain it's tough, man. Salary,
but for the NBA, it's not the NFL. You got to remember, once you have the player, you can go all through your luxury tax. That's how Oubre and Wiggins and Draymond and Clay and Steph got all them big contracts and go to take and keep them. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but another reason why Golden State was
and they got exemption and they got
the exemption when you get an injury like they got exemption. So what you think, Chuck?
I happened to watch the Houston game, and Victor Oladipo did look very good. I think despite people saying, losing Harden, of course, we know can't nobody replace that. But I actually think Houston is in a good place. The only issue is, I know Avery said it a couple weeks ago, John Wall got to stay on the court. If John Wall can stay on the court, like Houston has a nice little unit. When you put John Wall with Oladipo and Christian Wood, it's not bad. Then you got them surrounded with shooters. I mean, you can live with that. And I think adding Victor, it makes them better defensively. Where you was lacking that with Harden, at least you kind of make up something. You're not going to get the triple doubles. You're not going to get 40 and 50 a night, but Oladipo plays defense. So you did gain that on that side of the ball. Milwaukee, despite their loss, impressed me. Because I honestly felt like Brooklyn was going to blow them out. I'm just being honest. I thought they just had too much firepower. I thought Milwaukee was going to get blown out. But I will say this. I know what Avery was saying, but I like the fact that, I mean, I was laughing because he shot an air ball last night, but he's taking the initiative to at least shoot it.
I can
live with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. I'm with you. He's shooting a little free throw line jump shot. He's actually made a couple few of them. Mm-hmm. So at least he's making them know, okay, well, shoot, at least I try to make it. I can live with that versus you just not attempting it.
I mean, something interesting I seen this morning. In the last 4 minutes, he only attempted one shot. We talking about Giannis.
But here the problem.
And that was a putback dunk.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, like, I don't know what you about.
Watch this, but here's the problem though, and I've been saying this all year, and y'all know I've been saying this. With Giannis, they have to. He does not need the basketball in his hand. Right. Kobe didn't have it a lot. Jordan didn't have it a lot. They got to a spot, worked, because what they're doing now is they know Giannis gonna get it. So where he gonna go? He going downhill. Get off the ball. Get set to a sweet spot, dump it to him, because nobody's stopping him in the paint. I don't care if it's Kevin Durant. I don't care if it's LeBron James. I don't care. But for you to leave him out there on the island to do what? Be in the wall and shoot a jumper, like you said, Chuck? He airball the jump, at least he's attempting it. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, maybe y'all make me see it differently, man. I don't think they hit the ball in his hand in the 4 minutes.
I will say, I agree. But if you really look at the games, it's not as much as it was. Like I see him on several occasions. He gets the rebound. He threw it straight to DJ Augustine.
But does he have a spot?
Threw it straight to Holiday. Mm-hmm. Like if it seems to him though, like I think he looks. It's like as soon as he get the rebound, it's like he looks down court, and it's like if he sees the initiative to try to make something happen,
should. Right?
It's like he. But sometimes I think he don't. He thinks he see it, but it's not there, and that's when what you say happens.
Right? Hey, Gil say you had the ball a lot, man.
He gets stuck at the line, and then all of a sudden,
thank you.
It's like, okay, I ain't got nothing to do.
Get him out of here.
I will say I like the way his team's playing. Middleton he's playing great. The shooters are hitting shots. He's still getting his average triple double, but we know he got to hit more jump shots. I like where they are.
Who you talking about? You talking about Milwaukee? You talking about
Milwaukee? Yeah.
And Chuck, mentioning that you talking about walking, and I like Ty's question.
Now you jumping on the. Now you jumping
No.
on the.
I like Ty's question. He has to develop. He just said, "Where's Giannis' sweet spot?" Do you think he has a sweet spot?
Right in front of the rim.
I mean, I'm with you. I don't see the sweet spot. You know what I mean?
You know what's weird? If pay attention to it, it's weird, and he hits it consistently, and I'll be like, "Why you can hit that?" If you ever pay attention when he posts up,
okay,
he shoots a little turnaround fadeaway jump shot, and he makes it.
He makes it.
I don't know why. I don't know why, but he don't miss that shot. But
did you see like
he's standing still free throw line, he misses. But when he gets that ball, and he turns over that right shoulder, shoots the fadeaway, like he makes it.
Did you see him in the third quarter last night when he come down? He come down. Who was guarding him? They were playing. Oh, DeAndre Jordan was guarding him. He's 6 so far in the paint. I think he pulled up and hit what, a 15? I mean, not 15, like an 18.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think if he want to get people to stop backing up, I think that's what he's going to have to start doing. He's going to start hitting that 18. I mean,
but Jordan was in the paint the whole time.
Yeah, he was
backing up in the paint.
Yeah.
But I think they run better once Holiday have the ball and they're running that pick and roll. When they was doing that, they was effective. Yeah. It was real effective. So once they come off the pick and roll, if somebody is off in the paint, Holiday could shoot. If they come up on him, he rolling. They can give him the ball.
Rim. Yeah.
Yeah, and then also what I still don't like him doing is rebounding and getting out and going. He get out and go, and then they just backing off in the paint. He's trying to do that Euro to get in there, and he's still struggling.
Yeah.
That's why that team is not a fast break team. They're a half court team. They're pure half court. And I think if he sees the lane to go. But once you see it's about the clock, get it out, get to the block, get to the elbow,
get to the block,
do a move, and get out of it. Because Kobe and Jordan, I'm just making you know what I mean? Everybody that you know as a superstar has a move that they're comfortable with. I don't care who it is. He just got to find it. Go ahead, Ty.
Nah, I mean, to kind of piggyback on what James said, I mean, I know y'all saying that maybe they should play more in the half court, but I think when you got somebody that's athletic, you might want to use the pace to your advantage, because that's really, at this point, that's really the only way he can get out and really score.
But he's not going
to get out and push it down.
He's not going to win the title like that, though. That's my.
I mean, you right, but I don't think he's going to. At this point, I don't think he's going to win it shooting a bunch of jumpers, because he can't really hit them.
That's true.
So I mean,
but he at least can flash to the free throw line and they give him the ball. There's still him bringing it up at the 3-point line, and then the offense is just stagnant. He just up there dribbling, and then he'll just pull up and shoot.
I agree with you. Now, James, I think we're saying the same thing. We just saying it differently. You know what I'm saying?
But what about this? If he doesn't move at the elbow, like he gets at the elbow,
that's what I'm saying.
Make a move, and Ty's right. He has to get in the lab, but gotta get a move to get some space, because the double team comes, he's gonna kick it. If it don't come, he's gonna go in the paint. But I don't agree with your fast pace. I agree that if he sees the lane, go. But if he doesn't, he needs to stop, get the ball back to Drew Holiday, set the offense up, get it back into the paint, or the elbow, and then work.
Because if you notice too, they don't play fast. They have a certain five that's in the game when you know they're gonna play fast. When Lopez is in the game, you can go ahead and hang it up. Like, it's just not gonna happen.
When they got Giannis at the 5,
once they put him at the 5, and you got Middleton at the 4, and they got those 3 guards, there is a lot more pace to their game. But like I was saying, if you watch him, like I know what James was saying, but Buddy was just missing shots. Like, they were running it to perfection. Him and like, it's a no name, but they were running it. Him and Brian Forbes, the entire, like, they were getting anything they wanted. And Brian Forbes, he was missing like little mid-range, like they was getting whatever they wanted. Like, it was so
I thought y'all said Brian Forbes was good.
He can shoot.
He had all game. He's been hitting shots. He had all game.
He's been okay.
He can shoot.
Yeah, he can shoot. He just missed shots.
But Avery don't think nobody can shoot.
Everybody was hitting shots.
I'll give somebody props.
Connaughton was hitting shots.
Connaughton can shoot.
Chizo hitting shots. Middleton
can shoot.
See what he's doing. So they're hitting shots. I mean, he just that particular game.
I just found it weird that the last 4 minutes, like me and James are saying, he took 1 shot. That's a putback dunk. And I think they said Middleton took 6 shots.
And he should. Middleton should be.
Middleton was on fire. He was killing.
To me, Middleton has a better offensive tool.
He want that on fire if they lost.
Come on, man. They were going back and forth. It's a game with
He hitting on 4. He was hitting.
Come on, man. He was hitting, yo. You tough, man.
But I agree with you, Ty, man.
Their entire team was really hitting. Everybody was hitting shots.
I'm gonna just be real, man. Like I called James today and I said, man, I love my Lakers, but boy, we might be in trouble, man. Them them Nets, bro. Like, you got Harden playing the point guard. He can. I mean, he's gonna turn it over. I mean, he's gonna do that. I mean, he's gonna turn it over.
Hey, don't turn it over. It's a wrap.
I mean,
I think he'll cut down.
That's what killed him. That's the only thing that's hurt him.
Yeah, I think he'll cut down on. I think he'll cut down on the turnovers. But he's gonna turn it over some. But I mean, like you said, man. I mean, them two. It's like them two, bro. I don't know if we've ever seen, except for maybe Kobe and Shaq. Maybe some others too. I'm pretty sure I missed somebody.
Are you counting the scoring, rebound, and assisting, the movement of the basketball, or
like I just don't think we've ever seen two offensive talents. Like, I'm not talking about defense. I'm not talking about. No, I don't think we've ever seen two people this good on the same team. I mean, maybe Steph and maybe Steph and KD, but I feel like offensively, I would probably give the nod to Harden. I think Steph is more efficient, but I feel like it's times where you just can't. Whenever he wants to, I just don't think you can guard Harden.
Well, we've seen it plenty of times. Stephen been up against Harden in the game sevens, and he don't beat him every time.
But you got to think about it too. Like, it's still an X factor deciding if the Lakers in trouble, because I'm still not sold on Kyrie being okay with being the third fiddle. I'm just not, because it's obvious that Harden's going to have the ball. Like, it is. He has to have the ball. Durant's going to get 40 however he wants to. He don't need the ball. Like, however he want to get it, he going to get it. So the thing is, how's Kyrie going to get it without having the ball primarily that much? That's what they have to figure out.
Yeah, I got a question for y'all real quick, kind of off subject. I want to show y'all something real quick. And I just want to know, what do y'all see? I'm about to show y'all the standings. What do y'all see changing?
I was about to ask the same question. I like how you did.
Yeah,
that.
Like what do y'all see changing in these standings? Obviously, Brooklyn to go up. I mean, what else do you see changing?
Out of these eight people that are in the playoffs now, who it got to be two, because two teams made the playoffs last year. So out of the two, who's not making it?
I don't see Cleveland keeping it up. I don't see Cleveland keeping it up. I think Toronto can make a run at it and take a spot.
Miami.
They've won 3 in a row, so
they're not healthy. So yeah, I believe in that.
Let's see what happens. I think Miami can make a run at it, and then I think if they make a push at it, that Atlanta's intriguing.
They have no defense.
Who knows? Defense. And we still know what the Knicks are looking good, but we know their history, so you never know.
Man, I most definitely ain't trusting that.
I'm trusting the Knicks. They play,
but Knicks play defense.
They play defense,
which is fine.
Which is fine. Tom Thibodeau fan, but they play defense.
Yeah. They do. They're playing hard, but you got a long season. And what I'm saying is, all it takes is for the wrong slump, the wrong 3-4 losses, and now you're playing behind the 8 ball, and they're still young. So you don't know how they're going to handle the adversity. So I like the way they're playing, but I'm just saying, if I had to pick two teams that can't keep it up, I would go with the Knicks and Cleveland.
So what's the? I mean, I haven't really watched this team a lot. Anybody like James? What's going on with Toronto, man?
Dang.
They just they out of sync, man. You know, I would say because they down there in Tampa. They're just out of sync. And was Pascal? See how come Pascal? He not playing good, man. He ain't playing like he was last year.
Y'all got to hold your brakes for a minute. They won 3 games in a row. So
yeah, they did. If Van Vliet is I think he their leading scorer, so he been hooping, but
and Lowry's like they're so. I mean, right now you can't. They had a rough start, but that 3 in a row. I mean, you gotta. They're in the right direction. That's why I said, they're a championship caliber team. They just got that mindset. So.
But Siakam coming out the gate, he wasn't playing good at all.
He wasn't. Let me go back to
it. I think I'm sorry, Indiana losing Oladipo. I don't think I like LeVert, but
he's not playing.
He's not playing. But Indiana's been playing fine without.
Right, I'm about to say they've been playing fine without him. So
I can't say that.
It ain't what it was.
What you was about to say?
I understand what you're saying, but it ain't what it was.
One, I don't believe in Atlanta. They have no defense. I just think they're out. I don't believe in Cleveland. I do think. You got to look at that Charlotte, Orlando. Orlando's been in the playoffs a lot.
Yeah.
You can't sleep on them, even though they're having massive injuries as well. So I understand that. But that Charlotte's intriguing. But I'm with y'all with the Chicago and Miami. But I just don't trust Atlanta. Cleveland's Cleveland. I think the Knicks going to make it. I do. I just think they're going to make it.
Oh yeah,
Ty,
right.
what
The Raptors
do you think the problem is with Miami?
Man, I think it's injuries, man. I think it's injuries, and I think that
and the COVID. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think they tired to a certain extent. I mean, they came off the playoffs just like the Lakers. I mean, the finals just like the Lakers. The only difference is they didn't win. So sometimes they call that the I guess a championship hangover or finals hangover or whatever. I think that might be some of it with them. But I think of all the teams that's down there, if I had to pick one team, I say that I think for sure is going to be in the playoffs. Out of all teams that's not currently in, I would say Miami.
So who for you, who is not making the playoffs out of those bottom, the 6th, 7th, and 8th? Because I think everybody can agree right now. I think Brooklyn, Pacers, Milwaukee, Boston, and the Sixers are going to make it. I don't see nobody waiting from that.
Yeah, for me, I think Cleveland is a piece away. So I think for sure they probably won't make it. But if I was them, I'd most definitely get rid of one of them centers. They got like 6 centers.
That's facts.
Or they got like I think it's four people that could play center.
He traded to Brooklyn.
Yeah, they need to trade him somewhere. But I mean, I think Cleveland for sure. I actually like Atlanta, man. I think they'll figure it out. I know you said they don't play no defense, but I think Atlanta will get better. I mean, not better, but I think Atlanta might can maintain. I think not Chicago. I'm tripping. I think Orlando. I think Miami and Toronto will move up. And then I think Cleveland and New York will come down. That's what I think.
That Wizards is a disappointment. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they
bad.
Everybody on my Twitter feed is a big Washington Wizard fans.
Okay, Bill is basically having a career year, bro.
I mean,
he is doing everything. Westbrook is just not it, man.
To put it in perspective, he's the top 5 scorers in the NBA right now.
Oh, yeah, easily. I know that.
Yeah,
I guess the reason I asked why it's disappointing because I think when you expect, y'all know how I am.
I was expecting
you kind of expect what's happening to happen. Like it ain't really a disappointment. I get it, but like I said, Westbrook is just nothing really goes right wherever he goes. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is.
I love my center, man. I love him, man.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question, Jay. Let's flip it to the West. Anything you see changing here? You got Dallas down there. You got Denver down there. I know a lot of people was high on New Orleans last year. What you think, Mike? What you think will change?
I think boy, that West is something else.
It's tough, boy. Somebody good gonna be out
at that bottom. I know Golden State. I believe they'll go up. I don't even know. Let me see.
Well, you got to remember. I'm a dollar fan, but Cullen's out for 4 weeks.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I didn't know that.
And they may say it's 6 weeks the way he's spraying. So I don't know the shortened season, bro. Like
I would say Memphis won't make it. Dallas, Denver down there too.
Memphis won 5 games in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
job back.
Job back, but I don't think they're
before Ja got back.
They were
killing, bro. I said these boys here.
That Memphis and Phoenix game was a good game yesterday.
Yeah,
the last fourth quarter or whatever. That's all I watched.
And the Jazz don't sleep on the Jazz either.
Yeah, the Jazz.
They
always be there every year though.
I told y'all that.
Doing a year in, a year out. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Y'all keep saying the Jazz, they're not going nowhere, man. They may not be a title contender, but they're not gonna not miss the playoffs, man.
Y'all think the Spurs can hang on?
Yeah, I like it. I do.
They actually got a lot of weapons on that team.
I mean, I just feel like that Dallas and Denver, I feel like they're gonna find a way. The Mavericks and Denver.
Who's the 2 out? Who's your guarantee?
I feel like
who's your guarantees right now?
I think Memphis is gonna get out.
Yeah, I think Memphis is out.
Man, I can't bet against Pop though. Jesus Christ!
See what I'm saying?
I will say I'm scared for Golden State. I'll be honest. I'm scared for Golden State.
Mm-hmm.
I think they can pull it off. But I'm scared for them. I wouldn't. If somebody told me they feel like they're not going to make it, I can't argue. Because they have every right. So they're like a bubble team. So, but I think somebody's going to take Memphis spot. I think for sure.
I'm scared. I'm really scared more for Golden State is Golden State. You know what I mean? Like you already know who they are now. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm scared for Portland. Like, Nurkic is injured.
I'm about to say Nurkic too. Right?
He injured too. You forgetting Cousins is still injured.
You don't think the other role players can step up? Because they got some really good role players now.
I like Garrett Trent Jr. I like the other young guard. But
Anthony Simon.
Yeah, there you go.
They got some really good role players.
Yeah,
though.
But those three got to compare to McCollum. McCollum's having another career year. Like
he been cooking.
I don't know, man.
Like 25, 27, something like that again.
He whooping.
Yeah. But I feel bad for them because it's like now you at a point where we got to trade. Like we can't keep going through this every year. We got to do something. We got to make a move, bro.
Well, what about Utah?
That's what I said earlier, though. I said that. Yeah.
What about Utah? Because if they trade, nobody's going to Portland, y'all. Unless they trade for another superstar.
Right.
Nobody's saying they're going to free.
Let me ask you a question, Avery. Mm-hmm. So, whoever said about the trade, what do you think they can get for what they have? Like, what would make sense?
Okay, if you go McCollum, right? Let's say everybody thinks the consensus is going to be McCollum, right?
Yeah.
You go McCollum, you can't go straight up because you're not going to trade McCollum for another role player. You're going to trade McCollum.
I got it, but I'm saying who's somebody in the league right
now? That's the point.
They got that person they would be better.
Nobody.
I think him and Bill are the same. If you're going to go, you want to have a different mix. Okay, go with it. But you want to go him and Bill. Him and Victor Oladipo. I'm just naming people that because you're not trading the big marquee names, so you get them out of there. You don't make the trade, like just
you don't.
It's Portland.
To me, I feel like I mean, because CJ, he hasn't really had this. He's played through a lot of injuries and still played well. He's never had nothing to sit him down, for this amount of time. So I can kind of rock with him because he'll play through it and still give you almost what he's giving you healthy, even if he's hurt. But I think their issue is at that big man spot. If they like in my mind, just thinking, if they can get a diamond in the rough, let's say they could have got a Christian Wood, I think you'd be okay. Get what I'm saying? Like if you can get something, of course you're not gonna get it for free. But I'm saying if you get a diamond in the rough, like nobody really knew Christian Wood, and he just came on the scene. Like if they can get something like that at that 5, or maybe at a power forward spot.
But you got three young. You have 3 young bigs, and I know injury.
I'm about to say
a problem. But
I'm getting rid of them because we can't have them full. We can't keep them. They can't stay on the floor.
Are you keeping McCollum? Or you getting rid of him?
I'm keeping McCollum. Keeping McCollum.
Okay, I got you.
Who they bigs now?
Nurses, Collins,
and the dude from Boston, right?
Yes.
They do.
So
they do got.
But they bigs. They don't play no defense. I'm guessing, but.
They don't stay on the court. They hurt.
He plays defense. He just hurt all the damn.
Yeah, him and Collins, they played in what 2.5 years almost. 2 years.
He ain't played it forever.
It's most definitely been a while.
Christian Wood is a hooper.
Yeah, Christian Wood is a hooper. So let's go ahead and switch gears, man. So I know we kind of touched on this last week. I'm gonna say what I got to say about it. Y'all can take it from here. The Kyrie situation, man, trying to think the best way to put this. I don't know. I don't think it's as bad. I think the media kind of hyped it up to be more than what it is. I mean, just looking at the interview he did today, man, you could tell that he's most definitely been dealing with some things. I mean, I don't necessarily know what it might be, but I mean, you could tell that he was most definitely dealing with some things. What you think, Chuck?
I agree, but I think he's just handling it wrong. And I think he's making it easy for people to criticize him. At the end of the day, I'll just use some examples. We've all lost family members. We've all had family emergencies, things where we felt like we can't function. But at the end of the day, you have a responsibility to at least communicate. Like it's your job. Like at the end of the day, it's your job. You can't not call in work, or if they're caring enough about you to reach out, you have to at least just say I'm okay. Something. You can't just be no show, no response, don't answer, because you know they're gonna hype it up or whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, I feel bad for him because looking at his face in his interview today, you can tell he's
going through.
You can see it all over his face. But at the end of the day, you have a responsibility because I mean it's your work, and if you don't do nothing, just communicate. Like no show, no response, no show, and all that. You can't do that. Like we're not on his level, but if I get frustrated at work, or if I have a major family emergency and my school called me and I don't answer, I don't got no job.
That time, boy.
I mean, I don't pay attention to that craziness. But That's what I'm saying.
I got a question for you when you say that, Steve. What would be the right way? Are you saying because he did communicate a day later after he missed it, and they knew where he was at? Now him going to him, I told Ty this. I don't agree with the protocol about him going to sister's party. There was really no evidence about him going to Drake. That was falsified. I haven't seen anything about the Drake thing.
No, I haven't seen no evidence either.
My question to you is: you're saying he reached out to who? He reached out who he wanted to reach out to. Who did you want him to reach out? The media? Because it's really none of their business.
No. Period. I don't. It doesn't matter. Like at the end of the day, it's not. Despite you going through what you're going through, is nothing is on your terms. It's just it might sound unfair, but it's not.
The jobs can't be compared, and I agree with that with Todd. It just can't. You can't compare our job to his job. It's not fair. You can
compare it in a sense of you have a responsibility to that job. Period. I don't care what you're doing.
But you're saying if you do it right, you're comparing your job to his. You just said if you do it, you get fired. I agree. I'm not saying it's fair, but he has a different platform.
Yeah, I don't know for sure if he didn't.
That's what I said. I never said he didn't communicate. I know he didn't communicate that first game. After that, he did communicate. Yeah. We didn't know because they kept it sealed until a couple of days later, until the general manager came out and said, we know where he's at. He's okay. We'll talk to him when he gets back. That's the truth.
That's what I guess that's what all of us was missing in the beginning. Because the way the media was putting out there, like he wasn't communicating at all, and the Nets wasn't saying anything at first. So it was just like he just walked off, was like, man, I'm gonna do what I want to do. And it's whatever. But if y'all put it in that perspective, he did communicate with the Nets and they know about it, then it's a different perspective then. Because my perspective was, he just walked off, he needed a break, but he was like, I don't give a damn. I'm going. And then I'll let y'all know when I'm coming back when I let y'all know. You know what I'm saying?
What is he talking about? Me and Chuck had to discuss. I don't understand. Why you keep putting his status up there?
You're the only person talking.
You don't have to put it up there because he's crazy. I agree with you, Chuck, on this one instance. Yeah. He handled it wrong at the beginning because they even said they didn't know where he was at the game. That's a fact. But after that, they knew where he was at.
Kyrie ain't from Brooklyn. You gotta stop that, Ty. Come on now.
So is that what you're saying? You're just saying the way he handled at the beginning until they figure out where he was? Or
that's what made it a big deal. The initial lack of communication is what made everything blow out of proportion.
Okay,
that's what made everybody go off the handle and blah 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 blah. It was initially how it was handled, and my thing is, it's unfair, but at the end of the day, it's very unfair because your personal problems. Nobody knows the magnitude, but it's what the world is. You still have to call and say, look, I got something going on. I can't make it. Like it's just that simple. It ain't got to be nothing long, nothing major. Just that's it.
All right.
That's
so we're gonna go ahead and switch.
But he did that with the media today about that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah. I mean, he like beast mode. He like beast mode. He like beast mode. He gonna answer the questions you want to answer. If you don't want to answer, he ain't gonna answer.
Yeah. And I can respect the Nets before you go. I can respect the Nets for not saying anything. They didn't say anything about it. That's an organization you can ride with. For them to be that silent about it.
They was silent because I'm like, buddy just dipped.
All right, so we're gonna take it to the NFL divisional games, man. First game we're gonna. So what was y'all? We don't have to go each game by game, but what's your takeaway from the weekend, from the NFL divisional round? Like, is there something specific that you took away from it, James?
It was the weather, man. Some bad weather for the play-in for everybody. So besides the one in New Orleans, but the weather with the kickers, especially in Buffalo, man, them kickers having a hard time to kick in that weather, passing the ball. So it was the weather for me. But I kind of heard Avery, like, it was on Facebook saying, people got blamed Lamar Jackson about that loss and everything. That was a good game, even though he threw that interception. I wouldn't necessarily blame it on him. I definitely think they got to get Lamar Jackson weapons, man, so they could open up that offense so he can succeed, man. And he definitely had to do that. But the interception did hurt. But this weekend, I got a lot of wrong predictions, so I can't.
Oh, here he go. Here he go. You see him chucking time.
What games you pick wrong besides the Rams game? I know because I know me and you both went. I think me and you both went Rams.
And then
did you pick Baltimore?
Oh, you pick Baltimore.
I picked Tampa Bay.
Baltimore and Avery?
Yeah,
and everybody picked Green Bay.
No, I'm just asking.
You know I'm riding with Lamar.
No. I picked the Rams. Everybody picked Kansas City. What y'all think about the Mahomes situation? Y'all think he's gonna be back for the next game?
I mean, they said today it's too early to tell, man. I told Chuck and them on the other show that me and Chuck did, that I personally don't see it. Because, I mean, you normally somebody going concussion protocol, there's normally 10 to 14 days. Something like, you know what I mean, around that angle. I can't see him being ready for a week. I mean, if you was him, would you risk it, Chuck?
So what?
If you was him, would you risk it?
Being honest, I'm playing.
Yeah, if you was him,
I'm being honest. If I'm playing.
I'm playing.
If they give me the option to play, I'm playing. I ain't even no hesitation.
No.
I'm playing. Because I feel like, and my main, it'll be maybe I wouldn't be putting myself first, but I'm looking at it like, okay, if I don't play, I'm pretty much handing somebody else the Super Bowl. When I know that if I play, we're pretty much the favorite to win. But I feel like if I don't play, we're pretty much just.
I mean, anything is possible.
No, me and Avery had this conversation, and I told Avery because, well, let me say this. I'm gonna answer your initial question. I know me and Avery was kind of debating it, and I think I found a better way to say it where it makes sense for Avery especially. I was disappointed in the whole Baltimore-Buffalo game, period. Everybody sucked. Everybody was terrible.
All right.
The team that won was terrible. The team that lost was terrible. The game was terrible.
Right.
I expected everybody to play way better than they played, everybody on both sides. I think I'm not by myself when I say we thought it would be maybe not a crazy high-scoring game, but maybe 20s, 30s,
right,
some scoring going on. But that game right there was not what I expected, and I was disappointed in everybody.
I mean, 40 mile per hour wins.
Yeah,
right.
But I'm not even saying that they got to the red zone. It was supposed to be 9-6. They got there 5 times. No, 6 with the pick. Josh Allen got to the red zone. They just couldn't punch it in. Like they bend but didn't break. I mean,
they said it was hard catching the ball in the shotgun because of the wind. I never even heard that before.
I'm going to go chime on something that James said about Baltimore and their receivers. If you look at, how many free agent receivers is out there this year? Allen Robinson, Chris Godwin, Marvin Jones is out there. AJ Green.
Jones, it's a lot of Jones. Julio?
Marvin Jones from Detroit. My issue is this. A lot of people don't want to go there because they're scared as receivers.
That's a fact, Kenny Hope.
Yeah, they're scared. They're scared. Yeah, he is. He does have those amount of weapons, but they're scared that they're a run-heavy team, which is true, but they don't pass the ball. What he don't have nobody really to pass the ball with.
You don't have nobody to pass the ball.
You don't have an opportunity to see. You saw what happened to Josh Allen when he got stepped on.
Yeah, right. That's
because he was for garbage the first 2 years.
Right.
Like, he was about to get out of there.
He was.
So, I mean, let's just not all of a sudden now Josh Allen was just killing it all the first 3 years. No, he was not.
Have we ever seen a primary run quarterback with the top receiver?
Yeah, we'll go Vic with Rodney White at the time in Atlanta.
He had Rodney White.
Before Julio.
I remember he had Peerless Price.
Yeah, and Rodney White.
Consider McNabb run the quarterback? Yes, no.
Didn't when Kaepernick, the 40 your boys when Kaepernick
we didn't have no top. We had Crabtree. We had Michael Cranberry sauce
and Bolden. I mean, I know Bolden was.
I'm about to say, y'all had
Anquan Bolden, yeah.
Hey, look,
y'all had a,
and then y'all had a Baltimore.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you what Richard Sherman said. We had a mediocre wide receiver, man.
Well, you sound just as bad as that dude. I'm on his side. When he gets on by the Miami Dolphins, I don't want to hear nothing for you because you just as bad as that dude down there. I just realized that.
We had a mediocre wide receiver. That's all I said.
I had to start listening to
the difference. He criticized it, and they made it to the Super Bowl.
Right.
I'm making the playoffs.
In the last 15 years, we haven't had a top. Let me think.
Receiver,
top 10. Top 15, maybe.
Who would be your at 49? Who was your best receiver in the last 10 years? Michael Crabtree?
Who?
I'm being serious. Name somebody else.
I would probably have to say
I can't remember
George Kittle.
If you want to go receiver, okay, you just catching the football.
It's him.
Now, what about the other dude at tight end?
Anquan Bolden. I bite with.
Fast one.
Talking about Vernon Davis.
Vernon Davis. I think.
Yeah, Vernon Davis.
Yeah,
I mean, we
forgot
had
about
weapons at the tight end, but Lamar has Mark Andrews, and I mean Vic had Algie Crumpler.
And Rodney, I told you at the time he had Rodney.
Yeah, right. My brother just said that too. My little brother, he's a Falcons fan. He said, "Yeah, you're right."
He was there.
I don't remember that.
Then that's when Vic got out and then drafted.
And Cam had Smith, but he had an old.
But Cam had Smith.
He had an older Steve Smith.
Bro.
Yeah,
well, he had about 2 years. And you're right. They traded Steve Smith because they wanted Cam to be the leader of the team. But I thought that was a mistake.
But what I'm trying to say is,
maybe Steve Young, Jerry Rice.
Yeah, I mean, you might could say that, but I'm saying I never seen a Michael Vick with a Randy Moss. I never seen a Lamar Jackson with the who's the top wide receiver that Julio Jones or
I mean he ain't been around long enough to really.
I
gonna happen. He ain't been playing.
I got you. I was just asking a question because I was just something I was.
But he definitely.
So McNabb, y'all consider him a running quarterback or more in the pocket?
By the time he got T.O., I don't think he was that much of a running quarterback.
He won't run it too much.
But he was fine. He got out. He was accurate. So it's tough when you have an accurate quarterback.
Yeah,
that's athletic. We're basing off. I think Ty. Just tell me I'm wrong. You're more worried about the athleticism before the accuracy because Vic wasn't as accurate when he came in, and Lamar, as people say, is not accurate. But he galvanized the game and changes the game at the same time.
Because if I think about it, Vince Young, when he was with the Tennessee Titans, who was his best wide receiver? I don't know.
Who was the receivers? When Russell Wilson made the Super Bowl runs, who was their receivers?
I don't remember none of them. Maybe
Golden
Tate. Maybe
Golden
Tate.
And Percy Harvin.
Yeah, but he's like a gadget.
I'm just naming the receivers.
Right.
Yeah. I think the best one you probably could say if you consider this person to be a running quarterback would be Dante Culpepper. Yeah. I mean, Randy Moss. Yeah, I mean, but I don't. But to me, he kind of passed him what he ran. I think Lamar is kind of almost like 50-50. You know what I'm saying? So he said Doug Baldwin, Golden Tate.
Yeah, but here's the issue: a lot of receivers now they want the football. That's like with Lamar. So that's the biggest issue with Lamar. They gonna have to find somebody or draft somebody just to get in there. I just don't see some free agent. I would love to see him with Allen Robinson. With that defensive run game with Robinson.
Yeah. You know what? I just thought about somebody. Cordell Stewart. I think he had a Hines Award for a little bit.
Yeah, but you definitely can work. You definitely can work that out.
We had somebody.
If you get You get Allen Robinson and Hollywood Brown, Mark Andrews. You working with something there.
You working now. You working with the two back. With J.K. Dobbins with Lamar now. Lamar
they let Ingram go, right?
Yeah, they cut him today. They
cut how much cap room and all that they got? They got enough to sign somebody elite.
Yeah, they got room for
and plus giving him an extension because he sure better get paid. His contract better be crazy.
Who?
And Lamar, and they talking about Lamar getting an extension.
They're crazy. They don't.
Yeah, he better get paid, bro. Like he be better. Good, great.
I don't think he need to get paid. I don't think none of these quarterbacks need
to get paid. Not Mahomes money, but
I don't even think golf money. And the reason why your gut, I want him to get paid. Don't get it twisted. Right. They give you that contract. Take it. The reason why I'm saying it, I want you to because you don't have enough weapons.
Right.
That's why I asked you the question I asked you.
They got the room, but if you pay Lamar like you're saying, they have the room. Okay. And I get what you're saying. I want to get paid. Like don't even be cheap. Play this.
Right. But I'm more intrigued. I think that Tampa Bay game, bro. Oh man. And they talking about it's supposed to snow. I don't know.
So let's go ahead and jump into that. Then that's our last topic for the day, man. We're gonna do I guess we'll do the AFC game first. Who y'all got, man? Buffalo or Chiefs? Does it depend on if my homeboy?
Yeah, it depends, man.
Well, I'm
a good one.
I'm gonna ride with the Chiefs.
Oh yeah, Kyler. He has a point, Kyler. I forgot about that.
That's a good one.
For the simple fact, I'm gonna ride with the Chiefs because, like I told Avery, and I think it made sense to him when I said what I said. If their defense can play and show up, and Buffalo can have the game like kind of sort of a game what they just had, I think Chad Henne with those weapons is good enough to score you in 20-something points. And I think if Kansas City could score maybe 24 points, I think they can win. I think their defense is good enough. I think they can, kind of mimic what Baltimore did somewhat. Because like we all know that Kansas City defense shows up when the lights is on, like we've been saying for
Honey
years.
Badger, yeah.
So I feel like Chad Hennedy is good enough with Tyreek Hill and Kelsey and Edwards-Helaire is going to be back. You got Hardman, you got Robinson with all those weapons. They're good enough to score mid-20s. And I think if they score mid-20s, they can pull it off. So I'm gonna ride with the Chiefs. I think they'll find a way.
And to answer Kenny Holt's question, when I think about Watson and I think about Russell, they run, but I feel like they run more so to like buy time
for the pass.
To look down the field. When I think of Lamar, when Lamar take off,
he gone.
Yeah, outside of that one play who was they playing when he
who led the league in passing yards this year?
When he had to go to the locker room.
Deshaun Watson.
So I think him.
Yeah, but I mean, but you know, I think he's talking about like the few years before.
Yeah, I give it. Yeah, I got the point. I got Kenny.
What was the team that was playing when everybody talking about he had to go to the locker room and he had to use the bathroom? I don't know. He was cramping up. Okay, yeah, and that's the first time I ever really seen him running, and then he looks up and he throws downfield. But I know that's a little off subject.
He actually looked like a kind of a I don't know what was but maybe because he knew if we don't win this game, we ain't got a chance. You know,
maybe if he knew he took off, he was gonna cramp up.
I mean, that's hey, look, I said that, but I don't know. The way he took off, that joker was gone. I said, oh, he out of there. And then he seen old boy break loose. And he just tossed that thing. What you think, James? Buffalo Chiefs.
Without Mahomes, I'm going with Buffalo. With Mahomes, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs, but Buffalo defense, they played a good game. Yeah. They offense, I don't really think nobody can guard Stephon Diggs. Then in the secondary for Kansas City, so he's always open. And Josh Allen's playing good. And is it supposed to how's the weather up there in Kansas City? I know that Buffalo playing some cold weather, but if it's a clear day, I think Buffalo have a good chance without Mahomes. But with Mahomes, I'm going with Kansas City.
What you got, Avery?
This is the time to make me a believer, Buffalo. If Mahomes is out, they got to win this game. Like, let's just call it what it is. If Henny goes in there, and plays productive football, and they can run the football, because the last time you thought about it, they only held Mahomes to 220 yards. Think about it. They ran all over Buffalo. They didn't throw it the last time, week 6. Remember that. So I ain't gonna necessarily. I'm going Kansas City because I'm thinking they're gonna be run heavy anyway. Because the Bills really can't stop the run. They just did a great job with Lamar to slow him down, but he still got a couple of breaks. And I know Chuck said he'll get that one break, slow him down, get that another break. But I'm going the Chiefs because I think they're gonna run the football, try to slow down the clock, and make sure that Henny's in a great position to pass the football. I just don't. I had to think about it. They ran football a lot, so I'm going the Chiefs.
And I mean, just to piggyback real quick for top, I believe in Andy Reid, bro. I really do. And I think he'll find a way also.
Waffle House menu or not? I mean,
with Henny.
Because they didn't throw last time, bro. Like in week 6, they ran the football all over them.
But I think that Buffalo team, Buffalo ain't lost since they lost to. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. Buffalo ain't lost since they lost to Arizona with the.
That's true.
With the catch that DeAndre Hopkins had, the big time the big time Hail Mary catch. I'm gonna go out on a limb, man. I think Patrick Mahomes and no Patrick Mahomes. I'm gonna go with Buffalo.
Cause bro, look, this is I told you about
even with Mahomes.
Oh, you saying it don't matter?
Oh, you really don't matter.
I think Kansas City will come into the game overconfident.
Not without Mahomes. How? Without Mahomes, how they overconfident?
So now.
I think Mahomes gonna find a way to play, bro.
He's gonna play. He's gonna play. He's gonna play. The NFL gonna make him play.
It's no way possible. I can see. I mean, I know they're for player safety. I get it, but it's no way possible. I can see that. I don't see it.
Ticket. You ain't
I
seen
agree.
your
I
biggest
agree
ticket
with
down in game.
There's no way. I agree with Ty and James 100%.
I find a way to play him.
I feel like I get what you're saying, but knowing his situation, you can't be overconfident. I don't think they're that arrogant.
Especially
when you know you have a quarterback that just had a concussion and you got to think about keeping him safe that entire game. You ain't got time to be overconfident.
But I got to be real for as bad as the Buffalo game was. I remember at a point where you texted me during the during the Cleveland and Kansas City game, it was like, Ty, I see what you mean. This game is boring. You know what I'm saying? So I mean that their game wasn't. Well, I don't think it was what we thought it was going to. What most
was
people
it Adam Mahomes got hurt?
Hold on.
Because for a while it was.
Why was it boring?
Man, at the beginning, it was that game.
The game was
and then it started picking up. Like, after I texted them, it started picking up.
As soon as you text me, it started picking up.
Right. I said, man, this game is terrible.
Ain't it crazy that game? I'll give you that. But the lowest score game to me was probably the most exciting because to me the most exciting still is Baltimore Buffalo.
You think so?
Yeah, because so much anticipation. No, like I'm gonna go off what you told me. If Mahomes, if he gets down, right, you felt like Lamar couldn't come back at all.
Yeah,
and I can respect
right.
For him to have him 3 times in a row, make one field goal, it should have been 9-6. Truthfully,
hey,
I was shocked by that.
Chuck, you remember that? You texted me and I said, "Bro, I just woke up."
Yeah, this is tough.
So for him to drive in that pick 6 all the way to the return to the house, you know what I mean? Like, it was more intense because it was so much what Lamar going to do. Can he get over the hump versus you already walking in Kansas City like they about to back up?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Now, me and Avery had this conversation. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, but I said the most amazing thing to me is you had some great quarterbacks. You had Aaron Rodgers, you had Lamar Jackson, you had Josh Allen, you had Patrick. Nobody threw for over 300 yards. Not a single quarterback threw for over 300 yards.
I'm about to say it's funny because all of them at the end of the day probably gonna be Hall of Famers. That's what's funny too.
Yeah, except for Jared Goff, yeah.
Except for who?
Except for probably Jared Goff and Baker Mayfield. I don't know.
My apologies.
I don't know, man. Everybody's hard on Jared Goff, but he been to the playoffs 3 out of 4 years, got to a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Baker. Y'all, I don't understand how y'all are not criticized with Baker Mayfield and Josh Allen. They're one get smacked up last year. He was trash. The other dude finally got to the playoffs. I don't get it. No MVPs, ain't been to no Super Bowls, nothing.
Yeah. Now, Avery, I will say this because you said I know you were saying you think the Baltimore. Now I have a different reason. To me, the Green Bay Rams game was the most exciting because Green Bay is just that fun to watch right now.
It was exciting.
Like you just want to watch them play. It don't even matter who they playing this point. Like you just want to see them play. Yeah, that's why I was just excited. It's not that it was a great game or like right now you want to see Aaron Rodgers and them do their thing, but like it's fun to watch.
I agree. You want to see Rodgers throw that thing.
So I mean, we're gonna go ahead and get into the game. I don't know. I know a lot of people just assume Green Bay's gonna win this game, but I already know what you got, Chuck. I know you Green Bay all day, every day. Avery, I'm pretty sure you probably rocking with Green Bay too. What you got, James?
Hold on. I know this is gonna be quick. Go ahead. I don't know the way Tampa is and the way Tom. I'm scared. I'm rocking with Green Bay, but I ain't gonna say like, yo, Tom can't do it again. But go ahead, James.
Can the receivers catch in that weather? That's what I say.
Adams can.
Yeah, all of them can.
No, not the Packers. I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I got it.
I know AB might be catching that weather.
Yeah, Gronk.
He injured. Ain't he injured now?
He might not play.
He had a knee problem.
Shoot.
They say they did say it was day to day. It's not that serious. They did say that, but I'm just going off the knee. But go ahead, James.
And then my boy Gronk, boy.
So I would say definitely the weather. If the receivers can catch in the weather, then.
Did you see that joker running on that 9 route, bro?
He always lumbering, bro. He's always lumbering.
Bro was jumping up and down. I thought it's a wrap, bro. Get him out of there, man.
Funny, I say he might as well let it go, bro. Like
it's a wrap for him. Did Howard get hurt this year?
He's out for the season. Yeah.
They still got a lot of weapons, but if Fournette can get going too, then they might have a chance. But I'm gonna go with Green Bay. Green Bay, they've been playing really well, so I have to roll with Green Bay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say it like I said last week.
That's right.
They got to come out and run that rock. That's the only chance they have of beating them. If they come out there and they just run the football down Green Bay. What you got, Chuck?
No, I just agree. I'm just agreeing with what my man said. Like that to me, that's their best option. Fournette and also Jones as well. Yeah, like they're going to have great games.
Like Fournette's going to get majority of Majority of the
Yeah,
toast.
but he is. But and mind you, he had a great game. But Jones came up bigger in that game though. Like Jones,
I mean, they both
Jones
had the same amount of
out of nowhere.
They both had the same amount of rushing yards.
Oh, did it? Well, looking at
Jones,
game, like Fournette
had 17 carries for 63 yards, and Ronald Jones had 13 carries for 62 yards. So Fournette had 1 more yard, but he had 4 more carries.
Because
Fournette had
that's
good production though.
Like
he got the touchdown receiving.
Yeah, I mean they both was almost over. Well, it might have been over 5 yards a carry. I gotta do the math.
But
that's good production though out of the two backs. So
yeah, you get 120 yards. Yeah.
I just think them boys, like, man, like I said, they live there, bro. Like when they play, it's like it ain't snowing. Like they don't.
I'm with you on that. He said they live there. I'm with you on that.
Bro, they like think.
I'm with you on that.
Like, I know Tennessee ain't no Tampa Bay, but you see when they play Tennessee in the snow. Like you would have thought they was playing on a sunny day, bro. Like it was crazy. Like he throwing touchdown passes like it ain't no snow and like it's crazy.
Kenny Ho, that's a great question because I mean New Orleans. I don't know, man. You know, now it's a report coming out that Michael Thomas was hurt. I don't know what the injury was, but he really shouldn't have been. He really shouldn't have been playing.
We've been looking bad the whole season, though.
Yeah, he has. Well, I mean, he needs to change his Twitter handle. Don't tell him I said that, but he needs to change his Twitter handle. Can't guard Michael Thomas. He got to stop him.
Wow.
But Chuck.
The man broke the record all time.
Man broke the record. See what I'm saying? These two,
he got hurt. He missed the first couple of games, but hurt, and now he can't.
I'm just saying,
he still got that hangover from fantasy, bro. He ain't giving up the fantasy, so he still.
I'm pulling the Chuck right now. You're right, Chuck. I'll let my personal feelings. But I'm just saying, man. My man say can't guard him, but he ain't had no catches. He got thrown 4 times. And then your boy was hurt. Was it Deontay Harris?
I couldn't believe that. I said, he got hurt so fast. Like two great punt returns, and then all of a sudden you don't see him no more. I said,
if he returns, if they don't call that one punt back,
different game. It's a whole different game.
Probably a different game. But I don't know. Breeze making the mistakes, man. But
yeah,
I think too if they would have had Latavius Murray,
it helps. Yeah,
I think that. They would have been able to lean on that run a little because Kamara had 85 yards for 18 carries.
Right.
So, I mean, what he was doing was working. Kamara's just not the type of person I think you want to give him 25 rushes.
Well, if them receivers had caught the football off them 2 deflects, it'd have been a different game.
Well,
only had one bad pick.
Your man said somebody can't guard him, but they was guarding him all game.
You're wild, man. You wrong, man. Yo, this dude has a real beat. But I'm just saying, the one off a Cook hit off his shoulder pad and ran into his hands. So I don't
even on the one that who was it that didn't catch it? On the one old boy missed Jared Cook. He was on my fantasy team too. He didn't do nothing for me.
Let's just get this over.
A man just missed the football. Go ahead and hit it right in the what's the name? So
the only person that showed up, Emmanuel Sanders balled out, bro.
Yeah,
he played great.
Oh boy, look good. Traquan had that one big
who that? Oh, Traquan Smith. Yeah, he played good.
I mean, I know me and Avery had this conversation. Do you think they should have went to Winston?
I don't think so because if you look at the first 2 picks, that wasn't his fault. Regardless, it goes on his numbers. That's not his fault. The reason what turned the tide was Tom Brady does it every time. You get an interception, he's going to score a touchdown. And you give Tom Brady a short field, he's going to get in the end zone. And that's just what it was. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he was having an excellent game either. He was okay. You know what I mean? But they gave him that short field twice. They scored. And then that changed the game.
I mean, this goes into a conversation we had about Pittsburgh a while back. The Cats, both of them threw the ball 33 times a piece, just about. Breeze threw it 34. And them jokers couldn't even get 200 yards. Like, everything is 4 yards, 5 yards. It's crazy. And, Jameis Winston threw the touchdown pass. It was a 56-yard touchdown pass. At that point, both quarterbacks was combined for 60 yards passing.
Terrible. I mean, what do you want to say? And everybody's like, well, I say he looked terrible. Like, it was okay. You know what I mean? Like, I do think, I'm going to go back with you. I do think Jameis probably going to be the star. Even though they promised Taysom Hill, I just think they're holding on to him because they want him to take that reign. I just do.
So let me ask a question. Ben Roethlisberger, I already know how you feel about Phillip Rivers. We're going to throw Phillip Rivers in there. Drew Brees. This is the last question. Do they need to retire, James? Is it time up?
I think so.
All three of them?
Drew Brees, Roethlisberger too. Yeah, I think all of them need to go. Yeah.
What you think? What you think, Avery?
Ben's not going anywhere. They can't afford another quarterback unless you're going to restart in Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh don't restart. So I'm gonna say that. Philip, you already know. I don't need to comment on that. Drew Brees, he looked terrible. It's time. That
He's just
really,
broken up now.
He's broken up, man. Like
Yeah.
let's just call it a day. I mean, I'm not really blaming him for the loss. You know what I mean? It's called it. Go ahead, Ty.
What you got? What you think, Chuck? All three of them?
It's hard to say because it's easy to say they should because I'm leaning towards they should, but you have to look at whoever you put back there. Are you going to be in the same situation you in? Like with Phillip Rivers, we all know he's not the greatest, but do you have somebody that you're going to put in there and still have the chemistry to have you at least in the position you were in this year? Like,
I mean,
we know he's not great.
Their defense was
right.
Hell.
But to his credit, like the reason we think he sucks is because he didn't have the normal year of turnovers like he always has. Right. He was able to manage games a little bit better. So my thing is if he retires, are you going to have somebody that can manage the games possibly like that?
I mean, with Drew Brees,
you gotta have to because sooner or later they're gonna retire regardless. So you gotta have to.
I mean, with Drew Brees, I think those three teams, maybe with the exception of the Colts, I gotta look at their weapons. But the other two teams, I mean, Pittsburgh has a plethora of wide receivers. I mean, I think
you gotta get somebody to get the ball down.
I think they could be used different. Yeah. And then you got another dude. His name is can't guard him. You can't guard him supposedly. But you got Jared Cook. I mean,
I think Drew Brees.
Let it go.
Alvin Kamara out the backfield. I'm just saying.
Out of the three, Drew Brees is in the best position to let it go. His team is built for success. To me, they need to start Jameis and continue using Taysom Hill like you be using with Brees. You put him in there to get that little run and do that. Nothing needs to change. You just put Winston's your starter, and I still think they're good enough to possibly win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean,
you have a bigger arm. You have a younger, big arm.
With Big Ben, he can't retire because Mason Rudolph ain't. I mean, they don't have the money. The money hurts him, bro.
Yeah, but you don't think they could? You don't think? I mean, you seen Tyler? Was it Tyler Huntley? Was it Tyler Huntley? Right? Who came in for?
No, that's Baltimore, right?
Baltimore. No. I'm just giving an example because I mean, you don't think they can go out and try and get someone like that? I mean, the RG3 got released. I mean,
but that's what they're saying. They usually don't do it that way. The organization,
I get what you
build within.
They build, they don't do no losing.
So now, question: Where's their ain't nobody on a Pittsburgh fan, so I'm not sure if y'all know. Where are they located in the draft? Are they like real far down? Like real far down?
They're still in the first round, so I mean, you can always. I mean, the great thing about
get that boy out of one States be talking about all the time.
The difference between football and basketball is football. As long as you pick it in the first round, you can still get a great talent. Basketball after the top,
right?
Sometimes it's 5, heck, 4, 3.
But I think it's supposed to be the 14. But
it's technically supposed to be a lottery, But after them, man, you just rolling dice. You know what I'm saying? Or unless you got somebody specific that you want. But if you look at football, I mean, some of the best player in the league won't even first round pick. I mean, Tom Brady was 7th round. Drew Brees, I believe, was 2nd round.
Where did Mahomes go?
He was in the first, but he wasn't like a top.
I know he went in the first round, but he was kind of far down. He was like the 5th quarterback pick, right?
He was
I think it was the 5th.
No, he was the 3rd. It was. Or I thought if I'm not mistaken, it was Trubisky, Deshaun, and then it was Patrick.
Yeah.
I thought he had. Remember that game when they said he motioned about he did something with his hand. He put up 5 and was like, man, they picked 5 quarterbacks before me. I thought that's what made me think.
That was about he scored. He
was the 10th. He was the 10th pick in that draft.
He threw 5 touchdowns. Not the.
Those are 2 quarterbacks ahead of him.
Yeah, no, it's one, Mitch Trubisky. That's it.
Watson won ahead of him.
Watson was number 12. So when he flipped it, then Watson was 12.
And then I believe Russell Wilson got taken in the 3rd round.
4. There's a 3rd.
It's a 3rd, 75th pick. So I mean, with teams, I mean, heck, Dak was taken in what?
4th
round. So I mean,
Dak got lucky though.
Yeah, I don't think Kaepernick was. I don't think Colin Kaepernick was a
he was
top.
3rd string. Both of them cats got hurt, so Dak came in.
Oh,
but I mean, what I'm saying is, you can still find pretty good value. You know what I mean? Like you get some of these other guys. I mean, Richard Sherman wasn't even a
5th rounder.
Yeah, he wasn't even a corner in college. He was a wide receiver.
He
So I mean,
he changed the corner, right?
He changed the corner when he got to the
But
NFL.
most of the fifth rounders, some of them, it all depends. Some of them to go to pretty good teams too, and were they able to succeed. Like the number 1, number 2 picks, they going to hot garbage, like Avery saying. It don't turn out right all the time.
No, them teams would be tanking. Them teams would be tanking like crazy.
Yeah,
as soon as the next AD, Zion, or D Rose or somebody like that come up.
I think he should go lottery.
No. He's saying, do you think the NBA should change the lottery to the way the NFL does?
They change it because they change it because
they change. Yeah, you can't do it that way.
Jokers is going 5 and
Philadelphia
5
all
and
over
68.
again. Yeah,
how you gonna have the Lakers win the championship, then the next year get the number 1 pick to get James Worthy? They was doing it back then.
Yeah, they were.
Heck, Boston was good too, and it ended up getting I don't think they had the best record, but I mean, Boston got Larry Bird. I mean, them teams.
Nah, they drafted Larry Bird the year before.
Yeah, I know they drafted him when he was he couldn't even play yet. He played another year in college. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, the way they do it is crazy, man. But
San Antonio did that to David Robinson. He had to wait 2 years.
Yeah,
because he was in the service, right?
Mm-hmm. He was in the Naval Academy. Yeah, he came in at 89. He got drafted.
Look how they did my boy Michael Jordan. He had the worst winning percentage ever and still didn't get the number 1 pick.
Boy, them teams would be tanked, man.
It'd be tanked, bro. It would.
Anthony Davis was the number 1 pick that year. So,
it'll be Philadelphia would probably have everybody. Anthony Davis, Bede, Kyrie, tank.
Hey, I will say this though, you feel bad when you tank and you get a Michael Olowokandi or Anthony Bennett.
Anthony Bennett.
Yeah. I tank for this
or Kwame Brown.
Before you tank, make sure there's a Zion or somebody worth taking for, man. I'm just saying.
He got bad feet. He just a scrub, a bona fide scrub.
I mean, they told him before the draft that what's my man named Greg Oden was going to have knee problems and foot problems. Joker still took him over KD.
And shoot, I mean,
they had Brandon Roy. You don't,
Brandon Roy.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
KD and Brandon Roy.
But they didn't ever do it like that back in the day. You wanted at that time. You still wanted that big and that guard and that point. Hey, now, hindsight 2020.
That's 2 times Portland done messed up, bro.
Yes.
Jordan.
They could have Jordan.
Forgot. And they picked Sam Bowie. You right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, you know what I was about to say? I was about to say Duckworth.
Oh, what?
You remember him?
Yeah.
I thought that's who they picked. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. That go ahead and wrap it up for us, man. Like I said, don't forget CYM League, man. I'm gonna go ahead and shout their social medias out one more time for y'all, man. And I'm gonna put them on the post whenever I post it too as well. Let me pull them up. You got CYM.Louisville Leopards. You got that's on Instagram. On Twitter, you got capital CYM Basketball. On Facebook, you got CYM B-Ball. And on LinkedIn, you can always hit up Creating Young Minds, Matthias Crowder, and Shira Ackerman. Go ahead and take us on out, James, man.
All right, man. I just want to say I love everybody, man. It's been a tough road for me here a little bit. That's why I haven't been on my A game, but I'm going to get back with it. But hope everybody have a safe weekend coming up. Still Cowboy Nation. And let's watch let's watch the championship games this weekend. All right, say it again.
Oh, tell them to subscribe to our YouTube channel, man.
Please subscribe to our YouTube page. I wish I could post the daggone link in the comments. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second. I can post it right down there. But yeah, please subscribe to our YouTube page, man, because that's where a lot of our content is going to be coming from. In the future, we're going to be shifting more from Facebook to YouTube, so that way we could be more interactive and cover more people. And I'm about to post it in the chat. Give me 1 second. Wow. Dang. What's so much stuff on the daggone? Oh, there you go.
I love everybody, man.
Hold on.
And also too, while Ty doing that, get your merch. You got you see Avery got his beanie on, James with the dad hat. I got the snapback. So y'all make sure y'all check us out, man. Just let us know what you want, shirts, and just order what you need. Beanies are $20. Dad hats are $20, and snapbacks are $25. Is that correct, fellas?
Yes, sir.
All right. So just let us know what you need, and y'all support. Get you something dope to wear.
Yeah, most definitely. If there's anything we could do for y'all, if y'all got businesses, if you got if you sell cakes, if you do whatever, man, we'll shout you out on our different on our different pages, our YouTube page, not YouTube, on our Instagram, or on my Twitter or whatever, man. You know, we'll
I love it, Kitty. I already knew what it was. You should have put it up there, Ty. But go ahead.
I forgot about that joint.
I remember that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I remember though. But yeah, just anything, man. Just hit us up, man. I'm always open to different ideas, man. But yeah, just hit us up, man. All right, man. One love, y'all.
Good night, y'all.